I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, which is a music renowned town, and we moved to Texas when I was about 7. So before then, I have many fond memories of, walking around downtown Nashville, seeing all the life of that city, people standing on the side of the roads, playing music, just listening to music. Everything is just so amazing there. People are so friendly. And I remember, apparently, my dad told me that we went to the Opryland when I was 2. So I don't remember it, but I have gone. And then we always go to the Opryland Hotel when I go back to Nashville and visit my grandmother. But growing up, we moved here, and I joined the church choir when I was, I think, 8. It was either 7 or 8. I was pretty young. And I loved the church choir. It was my first real experience with music, I would say. And I had so much fun there. They made it really fun. And there came to a point where I got to be too old to be in it. So when I turned 10, these group of people came to my school. I was at Chisholm Trail Intermediate in Keller. They came to my school to audition for the Texas Girls Choir. And so I auditioned. I was like, well, that sounds like fun. I enjoy singing, and people always tell me that I have a good voice. The best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. So why not? So I auditioned and I got in. And I remember, I got into the preliminary part. And then we had to go to the final auditions. And I was so scared. I remember I was like, oh my goodness, Mom. Oh my gosh, I didn't make it, Mom. I didn't make it. But I did make it. And that was probably one of the most amazing experiences of my life, and probably what got me here today, honestly. I was in the Texas Girls Choir for 5 years, and it taught me everything I need to know, like as far as foundationally about music. I learned even stuff just for life. We had charm school every other year, and we had to go and we learned manners, like table manners and things like that, and it just taught me so much I needed to know about life. My dad bought me my first guitar when I was 16 years old, and I actually did not learn how to play it until I was in high school. And I had a friend of mine who taught me how to play, actually. My dad tried, but he just wasn't patient enough. It's kind of a difficult instrument to learn at first. But my friend, she knew it really well, and I used to go over to her house all the time, and we'd play together. I think I was a sophomore or a junior in high school, and we learned together, and it was so much fun. And from there, I just kind of taught myself with YouTube videos and things like that. I looked up chord progressions on the internet for the songs that I like, and I just started teaching myself. And I decided, I had graduated high school. I did high school choir all 4 years. I didn't do middle school choir, because I was in Texas Girls Choir and the conflict was too ridiculous. I finally made varsity choir when I was a senior, and that was like such a great accomplishment for me. And I went to solo and ensemble competition. I made a 1, and we made sweepstakes as a choir. And after that, was college, and here I am today. So when I first started going to college, I started out at TCC. And at TCC, I was just doing basic courses for the first year. And then I figured out, I should probably just go back into music, because I was doing music my whole life. But I never thought it was actually something I wanted to do, like, professionally or for a job or anything like that. And after staying there for a while, I realized, I really do want to get involved in teaching music. I mean, I feel like I'm better at teaching it rather than performing. And so I pursued the music education degree. From there, I went to Wesleyan, and I, went on the music education track, and it's been a great experience ever since. My future plans are probably depending on when I graduate, if I graduate in the fall, then I'll just go straight into applying for jobs in the summer and, get my unit plans and lesson plans together, and then get ready to teach for the next school year. Hopefully, I get a job in middle school choir, either an assistant or the head director. That's my dream. But, I'd be willing to take elementary or even high school. I'm going to have all level certification, so I can teach wherever. And if I happen to graduate in the spring, if it doesn't work out the way I planned, then what I'm going to do is probably substitute for half of a semester or for half of a year. so that way I can build those relationships with those people at those schools and hopefully get a job that way.